Game 7 in the Garden. It does not get much better than that, right, Rich?
Yeah, it does not. I didn't make it to Game 7. It was only 4 games, but it was still, man, playing in the Garden special in
an
the postseason.
elimination. But this NBA Today is your home for all things Indiana Pacers.
Let's go.
So let's roll the highlights. Josh Hart and OG Anunoby, they were cleared to play in this one. So let's pick this up early in the first. We're going to show you OG only played about 4 minutes and 41 seconds. It's because largely he looked a little bit hobbled.
A little bit? A little bit hobbled is like saying I'm a little bit bald, okay? I'm just being really honest. But he was doing, and look, respect OG, respect the entire Knicks organization. They fought at times. Just the injuries can be too much to overcome. We've seen it with other teams. It was just unfortunate, this grinding team and how hard they fought. It was just too much for them.
I don't know who Halliburton started talking to courtside, but whoever that was fueled this.
Well, look, that's one thing about the Knicks crowd. They will fire you up. They'll have it both ways. They'll fire you up good and bad. But at the end of the day, it was just tough. You can't be critical of the Knicks in any manner, in any way, shape, or form. This is a great offense going against a shorthanded team.
But we can be complimentary of the Pacers because they shot more than 76% from the field in the first half. That's the highest in any playoff half in the last 25 seasons. And for anyone who said, well, that's not sustainable, last night it was.
It was sustainable, and this was obviously the play of the game. This was the play of the game right there. Shooting hand, broken finger, he knew.
Yeah, so Jalen Brunson sits down here. Eventually, he would go back to the locker room and would be out for the rest of the game. In the meantime, Indiana just kept pouring it on. TJ McConnell, so underrated.
No, he's so underrated. He's a special guard. He's the definition of an elite backup point guard in this league, and they just keep that pace going when Tyrese is out the game.
So this is the moment that Brunson went back to the locker room. You can see his father, Coach Rick Brunson, there on the bench. Tyrese Halliburton, though, pulls up for 3. You know that's good.
Oh, yeah. And look, people were asking, like, oh, he chirps a lot. And it's like, yeah, but he always punching up. He don't talk unless spoken to, but when he's spoken to, he speaks loudly.
26 points, 6 assists for Halliburton, who is not surprised that the Pacers are on their way back to the conference finals.
That was what we communicated from the jump, that we expected to be here. This ain't a surprise for us. It's no fluke. We expect this from our group. And then once we added P, we knew that we could really take off. So it doesn't really matter what anybody thinks except for the people in our travel party, 70, 80 people who come, because I don't think anybody here picked the Pacers to win the series.
They
but
didn't.
It happened.
I have picture proof.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the sweatshirt in just a little bit, but the Pacers made history last night, right, Sinead? They shot over 67% from the field. That is the highest field goal percentage in a playoff game in NBA history, and here is exactly what it looked like. The 130 points scored last night, it is tied for the most by any team in a Game 7 since the Lakers. That was all the way back in 1966 against the Hawks. So, Sinead, how exactly can this offensive output continue against the Boston Celtics next round?
Look, the Eastern Conference Finals is a matchup of the 2 best offenses in the NBA, and Boston, they really do it with their threes, but the Pacers, they do it with their speed and ball movement as they led the league in passes and assists per game. That is their identity. So as we take it to the court, I'll show you how great they are offensively with speed. Watch this. This is in transition. Everyone's ball watching, and look at Tyrese Halliburton. He takes a dead sprint over to get his shot. He was 6 for 12 from 3. That one's from 29 feet, so they can score in bunches and in flurries. Now let's talk about the double team, because without OG Anunoby being fully healthy, Pascal Siakam had 20 points. He attracts a double, but they're so good with their footwork. They move well without the ball. Here's a quick pass, and then guess who this puts in a blender? Alec Burks. He had a great game, but he was lost on this possession because the double team and the ball movement allowed an easy finish. And last but not least, when they're doing this on dead balls, it's next level. So this is an out-of-bounds play. Watch how quick. Look at their speed. Halliburton turns the corner. Someone's reaching here. Then we get it to Pascal. Pascal's able to. He's cooking. He draws 2. Dante, you reach, I teach. Tyrese Halliburton has a choice right here. He can make the extra pass. Jalen Brunson only has to stunt, and then he's able to knock it down again. These are the 2 best offenses in the NBA. It's going to be a quick turnaround, but I do think that lends to the Pacers' favor in that their chemistry moving forward can really go up well against the Celtics.
Yeah, we're talking about the top 2 offenses in the regular season, but the defense for the Celtics, that's what could be a difference maker, because in the regular season they were top 5 versus the Indiana Pacers. They were all the way down at 24th. But you can see here the opening odds on your screen. But Kendrick Perkins, how much trouble can the Pacers give the Celtics, do you think, in these Eastern Conference Finals, despite being the heavy underdogs?
Oh, a whole lot of trouble. As much trouble as me sneaking to the refrigerator late at night to get a snack, okay? And then look, when you talk about the Pacers, right, we know all season long, right, what they were. They were a finesse team because of the offensive numbers they were able to put up scoring-wise. But what they showed me in these playoffs is that they able to get in the trenches and get dirty, especially after their coach called them out. Aaron Nesmith, I thought he did an exceptional job. Nembhard, he did an exceptional job with his physicality. And one important matchup to look at is not the superstars or all-stars. It's T.J. McConnell against Peyton Pritchard. Watch that matchup. I think it's going to be huge.
Late night to the fridge for a snack, what are you grabbing?
Just like celery, carrots.
Yeah, I'm getting fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, I get ice cream. The king of petty is here. Richard, did you happen to see what Tyrese Halliburton was wearing post-game? Watch this.
Yeah, I mean, we text every day. I mean, this has just been a good mentor for me, but, I mean, I'm just wearing a hoodie. I like to be comfy on the plane. I got this hoodie like 2 days ago, so appreciate whoever gave it to me. Got it to my house.
I just like to be comfy on the plane. His hoodie was what, Richard?
Perfection. And it was perfection. And all I'm going to say is Richard Petty approves. And look, the thing about this is, like, it's fun and games, right? Part of the reason why Reggie Miller is a legend is because of his back and forth with the Knicks fans and the Knicks team. So this is good, fun basketball. But I love it. Look, at the end of the day, the Knicks fans were chanting some stuff at Reggie Miller. We know. Yep. Josh Hart decided to confirm it and go talk to Reggie. So then the players were chirping, the crowds were chirping. So for Tyrese Halliburton to go into the Garden, win a Game 7, I'm sorry. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to chirp, and rightfully so.
I'm not sorry. I think that was fantastic.
Chef's kiss was my
whatever the jersey was. Chef's kiss is 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
whatever the jersey was, whatever the mood, it was understandably much better than Jalen Brunson's following Game 7. So here he was on whether or not the Knicks season was a successful one.
Did we win the championship? Did we get close? So, no. That's my mindset. That's just how it is.
I understand that, but I don't know. I can't say enough about the perseverance, right, of this New York Knicks team. They battled through so many injuries, but Perk, it's time to spin it forward, right? So blank should be the offseason priority for the Knicks this year.
Finding a Robin to Jalen Brunson being a Batman. And when we look around the league, right, we're looking at all these teams that are still playing. What do they have? They have 2 to 3 all-stars on their team. You look at the Pacers, they have Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton. When you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, you have Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards and maybe Rudy Gobert at certain points. The Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Jason Tatum with the Celtics, along with Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, if he comes back, they have to go big fish hunting, right? Or they're going to keep Julius Randle. I think the best bet is to go and find another all-star. I don't know how well Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson complement each other. I hate to be this guy right now because I know Julius Randle is battling a lot, especially being sidelined with injury and having to watch those guys go through the battle without him. But at the end of the day, it's for the betterment of the team. And right now, the Knicks are eye candy. So you may catch a disgruntled all-star caliber player this offseason, and you got to go for it.
So Hartenstein is a free agent, which is a big deal for them considering how well he played, right? OG Anunoby also a free agent, Alec Burks, and then, of course, they're going to have to handle the extensions of Brunson and Randall, see how they want to take care of all that.